Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest in a series of videos from ARIE Capital talking about our latest EIS technology fund. Today we are talking with James Millichap-Merrick, who is the CEO of Vitabeam. Vitabeam is one of the portfolio companies from the EIS technology fund. And James, thanks so much for joining us. So maybe to start with, can you just give us a little brief introduction about what Vitabeam is and what you guys do over there?
I think what really makes Vitabeam special is that we've got a proprietary formula, a light energy formula that does two things, and that's why it's remarkable. So we kill pathogens actively, but also stimulate and increase the growth of plants in horticulture when growing. And those two things in combination also help reduce food waste and increase the shelf life of that food.
So in terms of consumers and customers like me, people that are going and buying food, how does that actually impact me as a consumer?
Well, that is what is so exciting and significant about the technology, because the consumer often doesn't see the supply chain and they've got an idea of what they think the supply chain is. But be assured that by the time it gets to them, they bought it probably from a retail supermarket, and that's come from a grower, but it's also gone to a packaging group. So our technology enables, first and foremost, the grower that's fighting with these challenges every single day that they're growing, and they're fighting against molds and bacteria that's trying to take their produce from them and causing them waste. And they want to grow clean, they want to grow without chemicals. So we can work with them to achieve that with our technology. And then also the retail supermarket. So for the home consumer, that means that they've got more produce that lasts longer in their fridges, that is cleaner and more natural and less chemicals on it. That's the benefit.
I mean, that sounds great, because I'm one of those people. I'm constantly going out there and trying to buy fresh vegetables and fresh fruit, and then finding that, I forget about it at the back of the shelf, and within 3-4 days, it's kind of moldy and I have to throw it out again. It sounds like this is something that will actually make food last longer and can kind of reduce some of that wastage.
I mean, you've just hit the nail on the head. I bought raspberries the other week, and unfortunately 50% were inedible and I probably had them to eat over 2 days and had to throw 50% away, roughly. And that seems to be, it's certainly a global problem with all growers and all producers. And that's why we have the appeal with, e.g., currently a major British supermarket and their supply chain with their grower, which is a global supply chain to the grower, but also to their packaging. And they are, as we are, very excited about that opportunity. And we've just had those meetings last week.
So it's not just about saving money for the consumer. It's also because there's obviously a lot of waste that goes along with the packaging and things like that just gets tossed away. I imagine this would have a positive impact on that as well in the environment.
The data, the numbers is truly frightening. 14% of worldwide plastic is thrown away, is recycled. The rest is not recycled, i.e. thrown away. The statistics are staggering. And you think about a piece of plastic that's a wrapper that's around our produce, one-use plastic, and then is thrown away. So the amount of recycling that should occur and in the future that's one of the imperatives.
Well, so it's really saving money for the consumer, but it's also helping the environment and making food healthier and last longer. And
massively, yeah.
In terms of the technology, just briefly, what is the technology that you have and how does it work?
In its simplest sense, it's a light formula, so an LED light formula, and that formula is unique to us that we developed it. And it's the interaction of that formula with, as I said, growing things in photosynthesis, which stimulates that growth. But the amazing thing is that actually is unique, and it kills the pathogens at the same time. So anybody growing anything all of the people watching this that have grown something or been in a greenhouse and there's mold everywhere and there's bacteria everywhere, we're fighting that naturally without chemicals, just with light energy. And that's the attraction.
And so you mentioned about already working with some supermarkets and growers. What else is going on business-wise in terms of your customer base just now?
Well, we're truly excited about how we're seeking to build our customer base, commercial customer base. But also we've got, as you mentioned a little earlier, the home consumer. So we've got 3 points of opportunity for us inside their fridges. So we work with white good manufacturers. We want to talk to them. A cool cupboard design for kitchen, so we can have other produce that you don't need to be in the fridge in a cool cupboard that's protected by Vitabeam VQE. And then for those that are the kind of outliers and growing things at home, then we can build VQE into a home grow kit, and we'll work with partners on that as well. So phenomenal opportunity at home. But then, as you found out earlier, a massive full supply chain from growing to packaging to retail supermarket before it gets to us, the consumer.
As a consumer, that's obviously something that I think right now we're all very interested in terms of food safety and just health and nutrition and all of those good things right now. So this all sounds very relevant. So James, thank you so much for telling us a bit more about Vitabeam, and it's all very exciting, and we're obviously excited to be working with you on the project. For anybody out there that wants to learn more about ARIE Capital and our latest EIS technology fund, we will put the website just coming up after this and in the notes below, and also the website of Vitabeam as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you soon.